right, hello and welcome back. This is episode 2 of the RattleMind Podcast. Hey, we made it to episode 2.
Hey, yay.
All right, I am Rye, and join me as my co-host.
Panchi.
All right, and as always, we are here. We're going to talk about whatever's rattling around in our mind. Today we're going to try and learn how to use OBS. Well, I'm going to teach Panchi how to use OBS because she kind of wants to start doing some recordings of her own videos at some point. Or we might do a joint recording of us playing games or something like that down the line. So, let's get started.
Yay. If you can teach me how to use Photoshop, you can teach me how to do this.
Sadly, I think Photoshop's easier. All right.
Crap.
All right. So, first off, we will switch scenes. What you need to do is go to obsproject.com.
Okay. Yes. Project.com.
Now, there are multiple ways you can record stuff. OBS is just a free, open-to-use license type of thing. That's why I tend to use it. There is something that we'll probably eventually move to at some point, which is, what is it? Streamlabs or something like that, because Streamlabs allows you to use and you go through them to do split streaming, so you can actually stream to multiple things like Twitch, YouTube, Rumble, all at the same time. But
Nifty.
that costs like $30 a month, so until we have a steady income on this, there's no way that's happening.
Give us money, people.
Well, technically
We'll do
they
a better
can't.
job, we promise.
Yeah, because I have to make all our overlays and stuff. I've been slacking on that, but that's what happens when you're prone to getting sick.
Right.
All right, so we have obsproject.com pulled up here, as you can see.
Yes.
And what you do is you can download it for Windows, Mac, or Linux.
Windows. Got it.
All right, so we get that downloaded, and then it's basically
Down.
basic installs and everything like that.
Hang on. I clicked Windows, and I don't know if it's gonna automatically download, but it's not doing it right
It
now.
should have automatically popped up a download box.
Oh, there it goes.
There we go. Just where you want to save it. Usually it's on pictures right now, but I would put it into download, or not desktop. Gosh darn buttons. Put it into downloads, and that's where I would put it, just so it's easier to find.
Actually, to make it easier to find, I usually put it on the desktop
Yeah, a lot of people do
and
that too.
until I move it later, just
Yeah,
for now kind of thing.
I tend to put things into downloads because I am a file-oriented person when it comes to computers, because like we said last time, I've been messing with computers since the Tandy, which is forever ago. Okay. Excuse me. So you should get an
Bigger
application.
download than I was expecting.
Yeah, that's because with it does a whole lot, so it has a lot of little things that it has to be able to do. So that'll probably take you a little bit. And then eventually you'll run that program, which I'm assuming, how long does it say for the download? Dun dun dun.
Can you hear me now?
There we go.
I was having technical difficulties, my bad.
It happens. This is what the problem with doing a over the internet podcast type of thing.
Well, it's kind of something my computer does sometimes anyway. It's not just you, it's like when I'm in other calls and
Right.
trying to play games together and stuff like that. I don't know why. It's a new computer. It's a badass computer. I don't know why it's acting up, but
Well, part of this is because one, I'm recording at the same time. Plus, I'm streaming you my window as well,
yeah.
my screen. So I'm doing a lot. So I'm sending you a lot of information. You're trying to download at the same time. So
Yeah. Fair enough.
Things will
It's
happen.
roughly halfway there.
Okay.
I'll let you know when it's done.
Well, you'll go through the standard install, and this is an older version that I have pulled up because I had already downloaded OBS, and
Gotcha.
so you go through the standard install. No, I don't want to do that. So I can't actually install it, but it's the general stuff. And then what I will do is, how to do this? I got screen recording here. Let's see, will it let me open a second copy? Yes, launch anyway. Whoa! I now have 2 copies of OBS open. That'll slow me down.
A little bit.
All right, so let's go. I need a new scene collection. Yeah, you know what? I'm just going to go through, delete everything. I don't really want to do that. I am not as smart with stuff as I project.
Fake it till you make it.
Exactly. But basically with this is that, as you can see, we have everything set up here. I have a scene set up, the RattleMind Podcast. This is what you guys have been seeing throughout our last few videos. Well, the intro video, and then episode 1. And obviously, this is episode 2. So I have this all set up, and as you can tell, I have the logo, our names are both on there. And I had to add those individually going through this thing. Crazy stuff. To do that, I just added images, and then I added text. The text is our names and the podcast name. The images are the heart flame that we use for Panchi, and then my RattleMind image here.
Maybe someday I won't be so lazy and make my own icon.
Yeah, well, if we ever do like gaming streams, we'll have to have a free to use icon for you anyway.
Yeah.
Which we'll have to go into like Discord, downloading plugins and stuff for Discord at some point for that. Because there is a Discord download that allows you to have the icons positioned wherever you want, and every time someone talks, they kind of bobble a little bit. So a lot of VTubers use that when they're on calls with everyone. And obviously,
Yeah.
my voice is changing from dry throat.
Oh no.
I should have grabbed my
Your
drink
sinuses
first.
have to be going crazy.
Yeah, that's part of why I had a headache during episode 1. But yeah, so you'd set up your scene or all your sources in your first scene. As you can tell, I have a second scene, which is what we've been looking at on the.
Oh.
So. Yep. Most of the time, if you were going to record a video game, you would do window capture or media source. I don't remember. I have not recorded video game in forever. Game capture. Duh, it's actually labeled that. This is why I say I'm not an expert at anything. But okay. So yeah, you'd go into game capture.
Use your eyeballs.
Yep.
I know you almost lost one due to your sinuses. But
Oh, that will be a topic in itself at some point.
it will, yeah. We can do strange injuries one of these days.
Yeah. But yeah, video game capture. You create the new thing. You type in whatever the game is. And usually when you do this, it can find it off the name as long as you name it properly. I don't have a game running right now. You know what? I'll just launch Minecraft, which will slow myself
You
down.
liked Stardew, right?
I liked it for a while, but I got bored because there wasn't too much change to it.
Oh yeah, there's no denying that it does get boring, and trying to mod it is,
It's,
horrible. But I gotta say, I am setting up OBS, by the way.
yeah.
But I just want to say real quick that you gotta play Sunhaven with me sometime. It's
Um,
exactly like Stardew,
you know what's
but
funny? I actually have a YouTuber that I watch that goes over those types of games.
oh,
Uh,
so you've seen Sunhaven?
I've seen Sunhaven. I've seen the uh, next My Time at game. What else has she done here? I'll just pull her up now. I watched Lady Shelob for that. Let me see if I can find it. Legal Bites. Yes, I do like legal stuff. I probably shouldn't have
Oh, I
actually
watch
been on
court
this
shows all
show.
the time.
Oh, this isn't court shows. These are people who actually break down legal cases and stuff.
Interesting. That's just so. Wow, that does still sound interesting, is what I was trying to say.
Now
Sometimes
you,
our words rattle as much as our minds.
there you go. Lady Shelob. She is who I watch to watch video games. It's like in that genre. Because as you can see, she's done a ton of my time at Sandrock lately. What else has she done? Yeah. Harvestalia, Coral Island.
Raft.
Yep, Raft. Yeah. She does a ton of stuff.
I should probably watch her because it looks like she plays the games that I've been into lately.
Yeah. Okay. But let me switch.
This is not a gaming stream.
Yeah, this is not supposed
This
to be
is
about video games.
OBS.
No, this is about OBS.
I got it set up, so it's loading now. Auto configuration wizard, optimized for streaming, optimized for just recording, or I will only be using the virtual camera.
Um,
Which
there's
one's primary? Which one should I say is primary and secondary? Streaming and
you
recording.
you will eventually be doing both. Secondary will probably be streaming,
Okay.
so you might as well optimize for recording.
It says optimized just for recording. I will not be streaming. Whereas it says optimized for streaming, recording is secondary.
Let me see. Was there an option to not optimize for either one of them?
I will only be using the virtual
Huh.
This can be run. Wait, the auto configuration wizard will determine the best settings based on your computer specs and internet speed. This can be run at any time by going to the tools menu, so I can change it later.
Okay, yeah, just
And if I want both, I should do streaming and recording second, like even if it is secondary, right?
yeah.
Okay, I'll do that then.
Okay.
Use current FPS.
FPS is frame something brain.
Per second.
Yeah, frames per second.
Either 60 or 30, but prefer 60 when possible.
Yes, prefer 60 all the time.
Okay.
Mostly because 60 gives you a smoother image, and YouTube and all those video sharing sources only run at 60. But
Gotcha.
your game might be running at like 126 or higher. Capturing it at 60 is just better for the stream quality and stuff like that.
Right on. So it does want to know what service I'll be using. I'm guessing Twitch or YouTube's been on the rise lately.
Honestly, we'd probably end up streaming on both. Because if you do Twitch,
Let's say Twitch for now. Then.
Yeah,
That's
do
probably
Twitch
gonna
for
be
now.
primary.
Don't bother setting up any of the specifics because you got to link your account and stuff like that.
It's giving me the option to connect account right now,
Yeah.
or should I wait?
What you want to do
Okay.
is wait on that because we're not going to go through that. That's going to be a whole nother rigmarole. Right now, I just want to be able to.
The next button is not lighting up for me. It says connect account recommended or use stream key.
Stream key is, yeah, click on stream key.
Okay. Get stream key. I guess I have to get it.
Okay, you know what? We're going to ignore this for now. You can just hang out with what you are and just watch what I'm doing. That way you can figure out the scene stuff and all that.
I can, while you're doing that, I can connect my my Twitch account.
Okay, I'll let you do that. So
Okay.
I'll go into this. Like I said, you were going to do game capture, which is what most people will probably end up doing because a lot of people like to video game streaming like that. So I have it set up. I
Right.
labeled it as Minecraft. Trust me, I will misspell things out the wazoo. Supposedly, I have dyslexia, but I've never actually got an official diagnostic of that. So, all right, and then you do specific capture, and then it'll allow you to actually set up which one you want to do. So, there it is. Minecraft 18.1, which is Java whatever. But it says that, and that's my Vault Hunters that I'm running right now. And then, as you can see, it pulled up that.
Nice.
Most of the time, you don't want to capture the cursor because that's annoying. Only games where the cursor needs to be captured, uh, like you said, you like to doing uh, Stardew and things like that. You'd have to turn on the capture for those because you have the cursor on the actual game. Let's see. Third party overlays, you probably don't want to capture those because who wants to know when Beep Boop Bop Bop has logged on to Steam and is now playing Space Engineers or something like that? You don't need to capture that for your audience.
Right.
So you would click on that and click OK, and then you have a basic scene set up for that. I probably should have done that in a separate scene. Oh, brain. But that would.
Real quick. Oh, sorry.
Nope, go ahead.
So my account's connected, and there are two checkboxes. One is prefer hardware encoding, and the other one is estimate bitrate with bandwidth test. May take a few minutes.
Um,
They're both checked. Should I just hit next while you continue your explanation?
yeah, it's just hitting next. Usually you want to be able to adjust your bandwidth on the fly. Right now, I'm probably using up a ton of bandwidth, even though I'm not actually streaming.
Yeah.
But when you do stream, it will have a lot of fun things to do, which I probably should have gone into more about setting things up on that end than setting up a scene, but I'm going a little fast here. Uh,
I mean, you can use different games as different kinds of examples.
right. Well, like right now, I have Minecraft pulled up, and like I said, I have
Yeah.
Vault Hunters pulled up, and you can't
Now,
see.
what about the different kinds of Minecraft? Like if you're gonna play modded versus vanilla, you know?
Right. What you would do is set up a specific scene for each one so that you can like this switch between them. So, like I said, I put this onto my standard overlay. I probably shouldn't have done that. I should have made it its own scene so that if at any time I get a Steam Stream Deck or something like that, I could just hit a button and it would switch scenes. And
So auto config wizard um, came up with some numbers
all right,
and configurations. Do you want me to screenshot it to you?
sure.
Okay. Uh, seems legit to me, but I have no idea what I'm looking at. So
Right. Oh, excuse me. All right, I'm gonna have to quit. Oh man, I hate when the burps get you. I'm gonna have to quit Vault Hunter so I can see this.
sneak up on you.
Yeah, they do. All right. Ooh, that's a good bit rate you got going there.
Sweet.
Um,
And that's while in a Discord call.
yeah, which is crazy. Just apply those settings. Um, yeah, she has
Okay.
a 6,000 bit rate, which is crazy. Usually you'll probably turn that down because when you're actually streaming, there will be a higher load on your computer and you're back and forth. So you would end up lowering that to probably, I don't know, what, I have no idea what my own is set up to. In fact, I might not even have it set up. Let me see. Uh,
So uh, I applied, and then a little stream chat thing popped up, and it says shield mode shortcut. and wants me to know if I want to activate it.
I have no idea what that is.
Shield mode is a tool to customize and preset powerful safety settings that can be quickly activated to stop hateful and harassing messages from being spammed in your channel.
Okay.
The shortcut below can be activate shield mode in one click. You can remove the shortcut in your shield mode settings.
Yeah, I go ahead and
Activate for now.
yeah.
Say that. Seems handy.
Oh, there we go. Settings. There we are. Yeah.
Only visible to moderator. Is it saying I'm live now? It says welcome to the chat room. Live chat.
No.
Shield is up. Only visible to moderator.
Unless you've actually clicked start streaming.
Okay.
You are
I'm
not
streaming,
actually. Yeah.
but my chat is live.
Yeah, that's perfectly fine. In fact, I haven't actually connected my Twitch.
You haven't connected your Twitch?
No. Huh. Okay.
So, there's a Studio 29 release note that popped up for me. I know that yours isn't quite current, but it does say note for Windows users. Due to changes to how display capture on Windows identifies and saves
Yeah,
monitors,
I've seen
you'll
that
need
too.
to reselect your. Okay, so you've seen that.
Basically, what it's saying is that since you're running a new version, if you were running an old version and updated to the new version, you'd have to rebuild your stream, your display capture, or your video game source, or stuff like that. It didn't affect me as much as it would have affected someone who professionally streams all the time.
So this is nifty. I've got OBS open, and the desktop audio is picking up you and moving just like how I see it move when we chat and stream and stuff, or record. So, and I see what you mean where it like goes into the yellow and red and stuff like that, and there's a little handy volume bar.
Yep.
I can just lower that while I talk and make sure I'm not blowing people's eardrums out. Beautiful.
Right.
And then your turn to talk now.
Yeah. See what I've done?
You gotta go way down.
Oh yeah, I'm sure it's all funky for me. What I've done, because we're recording while streaming and all that, as you can see, I have an application capture, which is Discord. I probably should have renamed that to Discord. And that's capturing you. And then I have the desktop audio muted because I don't want to have it record me and you and the desktop audio all at the same time. So
yeah, that would be problematic.
And this would also allow you, if you have your desktop audio muted, if you are streaming, this is what I found out some streamers do. They will run like Spotify or whatever music app they do in the background so that they can actually listen to that while they're streaming or recording. But because the desktop audio is muted, it will not pick that up. You have to specifically set an application if you want that audio recorded.
Huh.
Which is why
I don't understand a lot of the terminology you're using, but I understand the concept.
Okay, good. But yeah, that's why I disabled desktop audio, is so that I get a clean recording of you and me only.
Gotcha. Okay, so, nifty.
Here, I don't want to reopen Minecraft, but if I was actually recording Minecraft, I'd also have to add a application capture for the Minecraft sound because I have desktop audio cut off.
So is application capture a separate recording, but like in tandem with like your your mic recording and stuff?
Kind of, but not really. If you wanted if you wanted a separate audio recording, which I know a lot of people do, you would open this program.
Got another program?
Yeah, you'd open Audacity, which you already know about.
That one.
Yeah.
Yeah, we talked about that one.
That is a good way of getting your clean audio by itself.
Separately, and you can like adjust that and you can like lower the volume as needed and edit it as needed kind of thing.
Right. The only downside of doing that method is it is a lot of heavy type of things, because you do have to, when you're doing editing for videos or things like that, you have to add that audio source or that audio file into a separate channel for the video. Then when you do start your recording, you have to do that standard when you're playing a video game. As you can see, my cursor is highlighted on here. You go up, down, up, down, up, down, and follow it. That way you're following the motion, and that way you can sync your audio, or you can do the standard, be ready for this because I'm going to clap, loud sound, and that's when you cut your audio to that loud sound and you start your audio from there.
That sounds horrible.
It is, and that's why I don't do it. But if, like you said, sometime down the road, we actually hire a editor for all this.
I'd rather pay someone to do that for me.
Yeah, they would put in all the audio and stuff and clean it all up. I'm going to lower my browser so we don't have to keep seeing that. The other thing is that you want to set up the location that your recordings will go to. Bring back up settings. Output.
Yeah, let's do like very basic
right
setups.
We're actually running low on time. We actually have like 3 or so minutes, so we're going to do this really fast. So once you go into your settings, which you probably still have some up, right here I have it set to all the standard stuff to just make it easy. This is basically the defaults for the output for when you actually record. This is basically your recording path. You now know my name is Ryan. Ryan is short for Ryan. Oh no. Okay.
Mind blown.
Oh. Yep. And then
we're not rattling minds anymore.
No, we're not. We're rattling our own mind. There we go. Recording quality, I have it set the same as stream, but actually what you probably would want to do is set it to high quality when you're recording just for a recording. But if you're streaming and you're recording, you want it same as stream.
Okay.
This lossless setting.
So step 1 before you stream or record anything, go to output and adjust the recording quality to what you're doing, basically.
Right.
Okay. Step 1, adjust recording quality. Got it.
Yep. This lossless quality is basically, how do I put it? This is what you do. Yeah, this is what you do if you want a very, very high quality recording, but as it says, it is tremendously large file size, which means it's going to take gig. You're going to go up into the gigabytes with only a few minutes of recording, because what it does is, it preserves each and every frame. So if you're doing 60 frames per second, it is saving every 60 frames in that second.
Dang.
Yeah. So it really is heavy. Usually, this is what I do when I'm doing an actual animation. I will render everything out at lossless quality so that I have massive editing control. So, yeah. So if you're doing
no blurry pixels.
Right. So you're doing high-end stuff, that's when lossless is good. Otherwise, just stick as same as stream or high-quality medium file size.
Fair enough.
Recording format, MP4. All of the streaming sites and video sharing sites use MP4 now. So
recording saved to MP4 will be unrecoverable if file cannot be finalized, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, basically, when you stop your recording, you need to make sure everything is stopped. Wait the few seconds after it's stopped so that it actually saves the file at the proper It just actually saves the file properly.
Doesn't cut off the last word or two.
Right. Oh,
Like
my voice
seeing
is
it.
done. Yeah, like when I would say see you next time or later, sometimes that
Right.
later would get cut off, which I'm trying to fix pronouncing my T's because it always comes out later.
Leader.
Yeah, so it's just things you notice when you're actually paying attention to how you speak.
Chorus in high school, that was something they always like kind of stressed was like pronunciation and
Yeah, be careful about your S's because they will peak all the time. Um, and then we go into audio. I did not touch any of this. I'm too lazy to actually do any of that. So I just left everything
I
at
mean, if
default.
default works, yeah.
Um, but this whole section here, global audio devices, if we were doing an in-person podcast and you had your own separate microphone, I could actually add that microphone as its separate audio device.
Okay, cool.
So, yeah. Um, and
And just for those of us who need this reminder, whenever you change something, click apply. Like, don't
oh,
just assume it
yes,
automatically saves.
that is a very good point.
I saw that and I was like, that bears mentioning.
Yeah. But yeah, I usually leave most stuff at defaults. Um, push to mute and all those things. These are good if you are actually the person doing the production. But the
Mhm.
problem with all this, you really need a stream deck for that, because if you're playing a video game and you want to mute a channel or something, your keyboard is what your video game is. So when
Mm,
you're pushing those, you might accidentally hit whatever key combination it is while you're playing the video
right,
game. So
right.
these are things you need to remember to pay attention to. Um, video output, basically the highest that you can fit is good. If you're going to re-render stuff, you're going to put it into an editing software, and then what you would do is probably lower it down so that you can actually get it uploaded to other places. But
Okay.
standard 1920 by 1080 is pretty much the best. I use 60 as always. And that's the basics. As you can hear,
Okay,
my voice
cool.
just cut out.
That's a sign. We should
Yeah,
probably.
well,
I
we're
think that
already
3 minutes is up anyway.
yeah, we're 3 minutes over time, so
Gotcha.
we will
Well,
probably
thanks for teaching me how to do this. I will
yep.
definitely utilize this information. This is a. It looks like a pretty user-friendly program, so
Yeah, it pretty much is.
like no user kind
It is very basic though. If you want heavy production stuff, there are better things.
of
But
right. But I mean, to get started, this
yeah,
is pretty
and this is free. You can use it anytime,
right.
and it works very well. I mean, the vast majority of YouTubers or streamers will probably be using this because it does work.
Right. Makes
But
sense.
with that said, and like you said, we are way over time by about 4 minutes. I would like
Yeah.
to, yeah, I'd like to thank everyone for watching. Let me switch to the scene there. There we go. Uh, thank you all for watching. Remember to like, follow, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. And as I said, we are on YouTube and Rumble. We are going to eventually work on getting this put onto Spotify and all the other podcasting services later. But like I said, you have to set up more stuff, and that'll probably be a video in itself or a
Recording.
recording. Um, so, yet again, thank you, and
Thank you.
yep,
Bye.
and later.